the others called them on the side that yes, we plan to be here today, and we want to call the government's attention to things that we feel that the government is not proceeding well with. And so after that, while they were in that conversation, we saw other police officer coming from the executive mansion way with that tension coming towards the group. And so some of these protesters or the citizens who gathered in fear of the police movement.
How were they moving as you picture them?
Yeah, so destructively, the police officers were like, moving in that type of tense move where they were coming towards people. I have to say there is a serious commotion. All right. So because of that, because of the fear the citizens had, some of them were jumping over the fence of the Capitol building. Okay, some of them were jumping over the fence of the Capitol building. So after
I can understand the description you try to give. It's just like it's just like when predator is coming.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I just don't want to make mention of something like a democracy.
No, they come in with all their with their shield, them in that false manner.
Definitely.
That if they ever met you where you are,
will definitely deal with you. Okay, so that was what was experienced. So after certain time, Representative Safoko, I was on the other side where he was with other journalists. We went at the Temple of Justice side, but not knowing that other police officers, they barricaded.
Representative Safoko was just around where you guys were.
Yeah.
So what happened to him?
Now,
what did he do?
Okay, so now before that incident, he was thrown on the ground. And there were a lot of police officers were over him. So one of the media
thrown on the ground by whom?
Yeah, by the police officers.
A police officer hit him.
They hit him and he fell on the ground. So while he was on the ground, one of the journalists went there to capture the situation. So when he was
suspect that the police guy who pushed the representative to the ground recognized him as representative?
Yeah. Because of Safoko, all of the time were there, his hands were up. That we have come here peacefully. We have not considered this to be a violent gathering. So my hands are up. That was the worst. But then my colleague was on the other side. That was the worst. So after that, when he fell to the ground, when the journalist went over him to get the scene, the police officer never wanted the journalist to capture that scene. They got over him. So when they got over him, it gave the representative the chance to leave from that particular area and move toward.
So wait, take your time, relax yourself. When you say they got over the police officer, a police officer pushed him to the ground.
Yes,
he fell on the ground, and they went over him. Yeah. So now it's from one going to 2, 3.
Yeah.
So there were several police officers over him. So what did you guys see those police officers who went over Representative Safoko do?
Yeah, so when after they got over him, when my media colleague was about to capture that scene that had a hangover, the media guy too. So it gave it, they went over him with that tension, all these kind of things. So it gave the media guy. The media guy went to capture the scene.
So how did he escape? If those police officers, according to you, went over him, he was on the ground still. So then how did he escape? Because our understanding prior to you guys returning to studio that he managed to escape.
Yeah, I will come to that issue because
just be snapping.
Very quickly. So after he got on the ground, when the media guy was capturing the scene, that's how he woke up and he ran towards the courtway. So I was with him. So while we were going there, I had started shooting the tear gas, and it was somehow it got in his eyes, and he ought to pass over the fence of the Temple of Justice.
Newton, you were also there. Let's have your perspective.
Yes, I was there. Like my colleague Stephen said, but then they had gone ahead, so I made a follow-up to, actually ascertain as to what was actually happening at the Capitol building, quote unquote, relative to this protest. But when I got there, what I observed was that I saw police officer using excessive force on peaceful protesters. I saw police officer, shooting tear gas at peaceful protesters. I saw police officers brutalizing peaceful protesters. I saw people falling down to the ground. I saw people getting suffocated by the tear gas. Yes, I saw people going off, peaceful protesters. Some of those people were even taken to the hospital. Yes. So these are things that we actually saw. So what this is a question that I actually asked myself. I say
So who took them to the hospital?
they had other concerned people, concerned citizens. And for example, if a person felt maybe where they had some group and the tear gas was thrown, and maybe if a person felt that they had other people who were around who had energy, they will pick you up and maybe carry you to nearby just so for first aid.
How did you see them fire or release the tear gas? Were they sending it in a specific direction, or it was indiscriminate? They just
erroneously,
blew it off
everywhere, and that was how the tear gas were thrown everywhere. They just launching it everywhere.
What impact? Let's look at the impact briefly, then you guys can leave. With all that has happened, was it in your opinion, from your observation, was the protest impactful? Did it meet its goal?
You talk about today protest, whether it was impactful. Yes, and for me, I believe it was impactful, though the police did not actually provide the chance or the opportunity or the enabling environment for the people to have demonstrated. Because this is what I said in one of my live podcasts, that the reason, and you just read it, it speaks to constitutionality, that the constitution of this country, the organic law of this country, gives the right to citizens to assemble peacefully. And today's protest, these protester assembly did not interfere with anyone's right and does not cause any potential threat to the country or the security. And if we should put or contextualize our democracy, or we should put our democracy in context with other countries, how do we contextualize our democracy when we see police officers, we see certain government under President Joseph Waka, we see these police officers are not, doing things relative to their ethics. I'm sure once you are police officer cannot be a party in situation. Police officer, you are there. The major function or the function of a police officer is there to protect life and properties. But police officer cannot go the other route, trying to use excessive force on peaceful protesters who are not causing any harm or any violence.
So it was impactful. They met their goal.
By the protester assembling, the reason I said it was impactful by the protester assembling. He has sent a singular to the international community, to the world. Yes, he has sent a singular. It means that with the fact that they assembled today, a lot of people, the international community, has seen what actually happened and some of those concerns that I think they may have raised all of their concerns due to the engagement by the police. But I'm sure some of the concerns were also raised based on the action.
Did they achieve their goal,
Yeah, definitely. As my colleague earlier stated, it was the gathering. I think it was not only about calling the government's attention to these things they are disenchanted about, but also to call the attention of the international community about the governing process of our country. So with the social media now and these things that are happening today, everyone around the world seeing it, I think it speaks volume to the international community that this is what happening in Liberia. This is our governing process. A rule of law is not being respected and all these things. So I think the media go somehow.
This is a double-barrel question, meaning either of you will answer that. We saw a couple of reports that insinuated, I was using the word intentionally because you can take that as absolute fact, that the protesters did provoke the police. They first attacked the police. So the altercation that ensued was because the police came under attack and they had to react. Did you guys see anything like that?
And for me, and I can ready say whether it is true or it is not true. Probably I was not at that particular scene where that took place, or probably by then I had not gone at the Capitol building, but I did not see anything of such.
And so, very quickly, in regards to that, I was at the same, and from the initial state of this particular gathering, we have the police with the group. They were at the back of the group in their cars. There was no something like provocation, nothing of such. But the entire situation got nothing of such. The police were there. The police were in their car.
Those Liberians did not provoke the police.
Nothing of such. Anyone who was a part of that particular gathering will tell you the truth. The police were even there.
You were on that identical scene.
I was there. I joined the group at Bamuma since 8 o'clock this morning. I've been there. We did a bit of if you went to,
because the entire altercation started around the Capitol building.
Around the Capitol building.
So it wasn't the Liberian protesters who provoked the police.
That wasn't the case.
They did not do anything like that.
Case.
They remained peaceful.
Yeah, seriously, I have covered a lot of protests, and I know when the protester provoked the police. I know. Right, but something of such was not done. We didn't see anything that has been speculated.
Okay, guys, thank you for coming in. Let me just. Is there anything we didn't touch that you guys can say briefly as you leave?
Yeah, very quickly. Before we leave, my parting comment is something that has to do with our country, the peace of our country. We need to do everything in our power, put politics aside, and protect the peace of our country as well as our young democracy. It is the right of the citizen to gather, and it is also, the right of the police to put up that maximum protection of people who feel disenchanted and want to express their grievances through a constitutional action like what they did today. So we are calling on the police. These things, people think things that happen in our country that led us to the dark days in our country here. These are some of the things. These are those things begin. And so we are calling on the police. We are calling on the government, to be able to work in this particular area and protect the peace of our country. Thank you.
Yes. Thank you so much for the opportunity, Mr. Andrews. What I want to say, just to conclude, is that let us all believe that Liberia, this country, is ours, and there's no one person that is more Liberian than the other. If anything happens in the country, everybody going to feel the full weight. And one thing we didn't touch about the action of the police was that the police used live bullet. Imagine live bullet. Yes, live bullet was fired today
from the police.
From the police. And that was a gross violation. Why would you use tear gas to bring down protesters? Then why if live bullet mistakenly or some way somehow and hit somebody and somebody get killed by the live bullet? The police use, so no one is more Liberian. So we must all.
The bullet was released in the air or at the crowd.
For me, I heard it, the sound of the gun. Whether it was in the air or, but I really don't think it was shout at the.
The sound that you heard wasn't a tear gas sound.
It wasn't. It was live bullet. It wasn't a tear gas sound. It was live bullet. I'm giving you the actual story as to what I saw today. So we all must fight for the peace of this country. No one person can be able to maintain the peace of this country. So the government should take heed and act responsible, at least, to maintain the peace of our country.
Okay, guys, thank you for coming in to give your opinion on what unfolded today. And since you guys were on the scene providing coverage, I appreciate it. Thank you all. Newton Tukpa and Stephen Conter on the show Real Talk with me, Sam Andrews, on this 17th day, Tuesday, White Tuesday in Morovia. Play the King's Cash giveaway. We are giving out 3,000 Liberian $3,000. Just play dial star 799 star 24 hatch and play with $100 or 70 cents. That's all you need to do. 3,000. Take your 3,000. Just play with 100 Liberian dollars or 70 cents US and dial star 799 star 24 hash. That's all you need to do. Let's play. Let's play as many times as we can play, and you get 30,000 Liberian dollars. So before I can check my dashboard, let's reach the number that we can reach. You know how we can play, eh? As we are talking White Tuesday, not Black Tuesday, White Tuesday. White represents purity, non-violence, and on we can go. White Tuesday. All right. So my two guys couldn't have put it the way they did. So here is it. Before I open the line, you're going to talk more, I talk less, and more of this will be, you have more of this coming up this evening on Face the Issues with AB. Listen, what unfolded today is a minus to the government. The government just damaged. What I expected today, I thought the government or Nebuchadnezzar Joseph Yeman Boakai will have used today to undo what they did almost 2 weeks ago at the Capitol building by beating those lawmakers and other people. I thought they would have erased that awful sin by allowing the protesters to protest today peacefully, giving them the protection needed. Again, they failed another litmus test. Do you know that these things gave you the kind of credential or erases your profile as a government, and it attracts support? By stopping the people from protesting, it doesn't say that you are democratic. It only means that you are dictatorial, you are tyrannical, you are Nebuchadnezzaric, you are suppressive, repressive. That's what it means. Listen, your core political capital, one of the reasons Unity Party is in today, they capitalize on some of the excesses, some of the errors of the CDC government. Now, those things that they capitalize on are what Unity Party doing today. They will condemn that it was wrong. They complain of police. They've raised the same issue. They use the same expression, police brutality, on a we are. They branded the police as CDC police. We are police. Against those things they saw as wrong in the past. When the government came out and said it wasn't right for you guys to protest, some people would take advantage of it by slipping into your midst and cause havoc. Unity Party today said, we will protest. We want to protest. It is our right. They quoted the Constitution. They quoted Article 17 of the Constitution more than any other thing. Senator Darius Dillon will move from radio stations to radio stations. He will do a podcast. The chief opposition spokesperson at that time, Mo Ali, followed by the rest of the guys. All of them, they will flood the various radio stations. They will challenge the government. I have a clip I will play on Mo when he said, we dare Mr. Weir to stop us from protesting. It's our constitutional right. All of what they did throughout the 6 years, they are on record for that. They can't deny it. Boakai was around. Boakai was here when his guys were defying Weir Bwaka was around. Bwaka was aware. Throughout those 6 years, you never heard Bwaka say anything that this is wrong. Let us not protest. As much as we share different opinion politically, going into or getting out to protest might degenerate into something else. Let's be cautious. While it is true that we don't disagree, we don't agree with the government on everything, but let us not do that. But listen, let's keep the country peaceful. Bwaka never advised any one of his people. Rather, he supported the protest. He supported the protest by silence. He supported the protest by giving his guys pieces of advice. The reason why the guys were energized and spirited to defy WIA, that they were coming out and they came out, they will flood all of the radio stations. They will call press conferences more than 3-4 times a day using the Constitution because they had the backing of their leader, then Joseph Yema Bwaka. Fast forward, life has a way of turning around. He is president today. He doesn't want it to happen. Nobody should protest. Oh, but yesterday when his guys were protesting, when they were complaining we are and branding the police as we are police, they were on BBC, they were on VOA, they were on Daybreak Africa early morning. They were just there. We are is this, we are is that, we are is a dictator. He doesn't want the people to exercise their fundamental and constitutional right. All kinds of things they said. And they were right. So those same rights now must be exhibited today. Why suppress those rights? Why trample upon those rights? Since you have that right today, the same rights the people have today too. Yesterday, it was your right constitutionally to protest. You quoted Article 17 of the Constitution. So the people today are quoting the same Article 17, and you suppress the people, and you think that the government is democratic? Less than a year, you have not completed 1 year. All these awful things are happening. Then imagine into the second, the third, the fourth, and going towards elections. How is it going to be for you? Those of you who are supporters of Unity Party, you need not be excited about this. This is a complete minus, a failure, a tainted character. If ever was a time for Bwaka to show leadership again, it is this time. Some argue that he was going there to sign the book of condolence. No other time that he will choose, no other time that the legislature will choose to set up the book of condolence to be signed than today. Even as that, you as the leader will tell the people, yes, contain them. After I go and sign the book of condolence, they're going to speak to their legislators. They're not coming to speak to me. So police officer, EPS, whatsoever the security, when we've done with the signing of book of condolence, they can speak to their legislators. They're not coming to me. They're not coming to the executive mansion. They said they want to speak to their legislators. So you give them the right. Let them speak. Let them present their petition. Instead, people were beaten today. The photos I saw, listen, they are dreadful photos. Those things are all on the internet again. Another bad thing for the government. They're all over. All over. So we can say Unity Party Police, JMB Police, Bwaka Police. Another high degree of unprofessionalism exhibited by the police. International partners continue to waste their resources, time, and energy on those people called police officers. No reason why they are being used, exploited, and they are dirty all over the place. You can highly see them. The only people who are clean are the ones who are in the offices from the boss down. They change their uniform on a regular basis, but the rest of it, they hardly get support. They look all filthy up. And they're only ready to cause mayhem on their own people. And when some of them attempt to leave this country, when they deny them, then they say, oh, that wish. The reason why they can deny certain people, especially within the security corridor, because the people they see certain people exhibiting certain satanic, gruesome act, and they feel that they should not allow you to go into the country, so you will not transport that kind of attitude there. When you hear that a certain security person or the people deny security, they're not swear, they're not curse. The people see. That's why certain people that fought in the war, they can't leave this country. Not that the people are against them, what they saw them doing, the people say, we are afraid. When we allow these men to come here, the men will show they seeing gruesome behavior. So let them stay in a war-torn country called Liberia, where violence is the order of the day. Well, the government would sit down and approve them as police officers to beat on their own people, beat their lawmakers, do anything they want to do to them. Let them stay in that country. We can't allow them to come here. What a terrible situation it was today. A complete minus. You score political capital from such by allowing the people to protest. They said non-violent protest. So what did the government achieve from this now? What can you say that you achieve? What can you boast of that you achieved today? That you stop the people from protesting? Another, you just tear the law again. The law said the people, listen, when you have a law, society runs on law, on moral principles, on ethical procedure. In the absence of those, you don't have a society. What you have is anarchy. The law is drawn up or written to guide, to supervise, to regulate. And on we can go. That is the essence of law. Every home, every office, every place has some kind of law that controls or regulates or supervises, directs everybody within there. In the absence of that, it will just be you on your own. The Constitution is the organic law of the Republic. What the Constitution says ought to be respected. If the Constitution says the people have the right to assemble, then the leaders must respect that. If the leader would see it, read it, digest it, analyze it, believe it to be true, and refuse to accept it, then the law is torn apart. Then it's dictatorship. Then it is man's will. It's dictatorship. When the law is pushed aside for man's will to prevail against the masses or the people who stood online to vote them into office, then it's dictatorship. You didn't do any wrong. You didn't do any wrong by getting out to vote them. You didn't do wrong by getting out to vote Buakai. You didn't do wrong by getting out to vote those people who are Unity Party representatives. You didn't do wrong. But they are telling you that you didn't have a second thought. That's what they are telling you, that you weren't thinking right. So since you weren't thinking right, they are thinking for you now, and they will decide your fate. This is a clear dictatorship. Terrible, very malicious, diabolical, evil, satanic. This is a complete Adolf Hitler regime. So Let's continue to play the King's Cash giveaway. We're giving out 3,000 Liberian dollars today. Dial star 799 star 24 hatch. Play with 100 Liberian dollars. That's all $70.50. And you win for yourself 3,000 Liberian dollars. Let's play so that you get your 3,000 Liberian dollars. Let's play. Let's continue to play as many times as we play. We're going to get more money. Let's do it. Today is the 17th. So you suppress a protest. You prevented the people from exhibiting their rights. And you think that you have achieved. You haven't achieved. You have done absolutely nothing in terms of achievement. Your own arrest agenda, where you lay so much emphasis on upholding, respecting, acting upon the law. You score 0 in that one again. The situational reports are coming out on Unity Party government. Just sit down. The kangaroo thing they're doing, order they're rushing with that budget. I think they've passed it. If they haven't, they're trying to. When you're finished, then you'll go back. You will see. Our international partners will tell us again just how George Bush came here during early time. He looked at the whole situation and said, no, Liberians, they're not mature. They claim to be educated, but they're not mature. So instead of giving them material, they gave books material. The same thing the guys will do. When you're finished with all your prank or comedy, then they will tell you do the right thing now. So you can be forcing, you can be rushing. You're rushing to pass budget. You're rushing. You want to get Richard Cohn free passage to speakership. You just everything just upside down. The guys, they're running the country like friendship thing. Like just like kind of get up. Say I get the power, you get it one. We'll do it anyway we want to do it. We want to do it my way. No organization. Everything is helter-skelter. Everything disorganized. Everything is complete haywire. Nothing. You see any leadership. No governance in place. Everything. 1 year. 1 year. Less than a year, rather. Bwaga get everything mixed up. Everything. Everything outside of the entire government. Nothing. No hay, no tay. What a shame. What a disgrace. Tiny people call government officials with a tiny president in Nebuchadnezzar. Tiny. Look what happened to the country. Less than a year. Making no significant gains. No significant achievement. Your international partner just sitting there and watching. Well, at this time of the year, your predecessors made significant gains. They had significant breakthroughs. They were discussing. You say, oh, no investor could come to the country. No investor could do this. But we are making significant breakthroughs domestically. We are talking with investors. We are talking with presidents around the world, and we saw those things taking full effect, even though it doesn't happen immediately after they sign the agreement. It takes time. But we saw those things, and that was some of those things that he could not do because time wasn't in his favor. He left his white Unity Party capitalizing on some of those agreements he signed, some of the people he spoke with. We was moving out of this place. How often Bwaka gets out? Who knows Bwaka? Who wants to sit with Bwaka and talk with him? You know what brings development into the country? It's not by proxy. No. Let me give you an example. The thing is clear. Development doesn't come to a country when the president sits. People are convinced when they can see you because you are the one who will need to make the case for your country. The proxy is not the one the person or the people want to see. When Ellen was moving here and there, let me use her as an example. What did the people say? Oh, Ellen was in the air all of the time. But we used to see Ellen sitting with multilateral stakeholders. We will hear that Ellen has been invited to address scores of business tycoons, and Ellen will go and make a case. The argument was that Ellen was in the air all of the time. She was living in the air. Darius Dillon used that expression. He said Ellen was living in the air because all of the time, not until he started receiving early morning Robert Sally, he got attached to Robert Sally, then he started closing him more. Then came former President Weah. Weah started moving here and there. United Party people hung on one again. What kind of president? He can sit down. With all the things happening in the country, he can sit down in the country. You know, the president, he can talk. The president, a mumu. But then we started to see things happening. They said, we are not talking. Yes, that's true. We wasn't talking because it wasn't the time to talk. Leader talks at the time it is necessary. Leader doesn't engage in political competition or political stunt. Bouakai comes to power less than a year. The only thing United Party government is achieving, confusion. Confusion between the legislature and the judiciary. Confusion between the executive and the legislature. For one whole year, Bouakai using all of his resources, time, and energy with his hosts of militants against one man called Fonati Kofa because he grossly hit that man to the core. And that's why I said yesterday, after that, Fonati Kofa, if everything is settled, I maintain he has to leave this country because part 2, if he doesn't leave, will start on him. Nothing. Less than a year, nothing significant. They're putting few stuff on Facebook. Listen, all of those things that George Weah left behind. Bouakai never initiated anything. And Bouakai went and said that he would turn Bushwa Island into 4 lane. I have that clip here. I won't play it. I have it here. Bouakai said it. Meanwhile, public officials, any official talking, I can recall. Whether I'm in town, I'm doing something, my small radio recording. Because I know some way, somehow, one day, they will say they're not true. He never said this. So I can recall. Least to say when the president is addressing the nation. Bouakai said he's going to turn Bushwa Island, that bridge, Greater Tucker Bridge. He said 4 lane. He said they've completed the contract with Japan. But what did they do? The proposal or the plan that we are left behind, that what they're using so. Then they put in on Facebook as for payment, that what they're doing all over the place. Now, Bouakai has never initiated anything. He talked about training 10,000 youth in 1 month. He said it in January. How is it possible? Till now, that project there, nothing. The only thing that you can say, apart from fighting for Fonati Kofa for 11 months, the only thing Bouakai has achieved is a foundation. The president has directed many more things to his foundation called the Bouakai Foundation than addressing significant issues of the country. You go to Bouakai Foundation every day things are going to Bouakai Foundation receiving more than any other thing. That's the only 2 things he has achieved. More support to his foundation called Bouakai Foundation and the coup against Fonati Kofa vis-a-vis hijacking the speakership. What did he stop the people from protesting? The law say the people have the right to protest. The people did not show any violent posture. There wasn't any potential threat. It wasn't going to degenerate into anything. What kind of government you will not want the people to exercise their right? Oh, today the people are stupid. Today they are peasants and downtrodden and reckless people. But yesterday you were going to them. You were preaching the best of all gospel. You were acting so humble. You were laying on their lives. You were eating with them. You were putting your hands around them because you needed their vote. Today, their vote doesn't exist. That they should not. You put up armed men to beat them. That's why I said you weren't wrong to vote them. The next election, I can tell you, don't go out and vote. No, do it. The law say it is your right. But you will make the determination on who you can or ought to vote for. But what they are telling you today, as long as Bwaka exists as president of this country, what you saw today, Bwaka will never ever tolerate. But that is a lie. No government will reign for 6 years, and you will expect that the people will not exercise the constitutional and democratic right. No way. It would degenerate into a chaos that the president himself would beg the people. Go ask Ellen. He was with Ellen. That's why I said, sorry, man, but Bwaka too dull. Bwaka dull of a president. Yeah, you go and ask Ellen. Ellen thought that she was strong. At a certain point in time, she started suppressing the people. She started trampling upon the people. She started using might. And what happened when the people got ready? She had to beg. Couple of times she came outside. She put it in Liberian English. My people, I beg y'all. Y'all know the country, yeah? We just came from this, we came from that, and the people spend so much money. We ain't want to destroy anything. So I beg y'all, that y'all right to protest. Y'all go ahead. The only thing I have told the police director to make sure that you people are well protected. But at the same time, I beg y'all don't do things that will cause confusion because some people will come in your mess. At least I putting it in Liberian and Colloqua. I say, oh, and you are acting strong. That the same thing Bwaka showing. He think that he's strong enough. He think that he get men. And you know that, listen, when people come out, some of those people, they have the relatives in the barrio, they have the relatives in the police, they have the relatives all over. You think they will have that bravery when they see some of their people in the crowd to just go there, their relatives, and beat on them? They will not do it. What is that? Score a credential or raise your academic credential, your political credential, if you have any, by allowing the people to exercise their right. Provide security for them. Give them maximum security. Prove to the people that, oh yes, I'm coming on the back of a presidential, democratic, constitutional credential of my predecessor. Let me maintain it. You think we could not stop all those people who were protesting? And listen, I'm about to show you several videos. Y'all used to call them We Are Police. But I think We Are Police was more organized than JMB Police. Well, let me show you some of the videos, some of the scenes, rather. History reminds all of us. Let's continue to play the King's Cash giveaway. Today we're giving out 3,000 Liberian dollars. You just play with $100 or 70 cents US, that's all. Dial star 799 star 24 hash, and you receive your money. Let's play as many times as we can play. Don't give up. Continue to play. The money is available for you. So here is one of the scenes. Look here carefully. You see that we are allowing them to come out. And you see it? He allowed them to come out. He told the police that don't beat on anybody. It is their right. Make sure you provide maximum protection. Hey, yeah? You seeing them? And you seeing them dancing all over the place? You see moving from one end to another? And you seeing that? Now, if we are police, as you call them, were beating on protesters, do you think they will assemble? They will be dancing? No, they won't. They will run away just like Bwaka did today. And the people ran away. And then the guys were excited. Fans of Unity Party excited. Oh, and they said, they won't put that, let them go again. They will beat them. They ain't beat them good. Yaka. And you see? As the first thing, let me show you the other one. You see the police all standing standing. There, yeah. Watch it. You see the police officers standing. They created a buffer. That means they place themselves between the legislature and the protesters. You see all of them standing up, looking at them. Wasn't it in weird time that we heard that police and we saw and read that the police were being stoned at, but they did not react? Not that they could not, but they felt they used themselves as garbage. That it is your right, we accept everything you do, except you guys go to the extreme. That's the only way. And that's how it is done all over the world. The police will example, they will create a buffer. They will prevent the citizens from crossing their line, but they will not beat on them. They will not do anything to them. You see the guys, you see how they're standing up? This is weird time. And you see the police officers right there. That's what we expected of Boaca police today. Just create that buffer. That's all. But they lie today that the people attack the police. How in anybody normal reasoning will accept that people will just look at police and start attacking police, using that as justification for the police to react? You see that? They're blowing the vuvuzela, moving all over the place, holding the placards. Did anybody go to beat them? Did you see police officers beating them? You see them dancing? Huh? You see them dancing all over the place? Huh? And you see it? What's the other one? I have several of them. Several of them. Yeah, the other one, they say, bring our money back. Bring back our money. Yeah. That they bring back our money, yeah. They fixed the banner, they printed the banner. Right, they read to the executive mansion in from Weir's office. At the time, he was using the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. And you see the police guys taking their position. You see that? You see them? They're calling off the area. But they did not move on the protesters. Why? Because the protesters under the Constitution have the right to assemble. And the police cannot violate or trample upon the rights of the people as provided by the Constitution. You see that? And you see the police. They used to say, we are police. You see the men standing all over? And you see that? You see the protesters? What the other one? I have several of them. This one is Mo Ali, Darius Dillon, Boaca Jaliba. At that time, they were collaborating with the Council of Patriots. This is it. You see the police standing up? They just form their line. That's all. Yeah, them here dancing all over the place, dancing in front of the police, doing all kinds of stuff. But you never saw the police moving on them. You see them? Now, this is the news conference. Here is Mo Ali, Darius Dillon, Heron Costa, Boaca Jaliba, Colinio Kra, Tokpa, all of them. This video you're looking at, it was the press conference they had on January 6, 2020. January 6, 2020. So the government's position, and they defy that will not tell them where to go and have the protest, because the government position at that time was take it to the stadium. So they call a news conference, Unity Party in collaboration with the Council of Patriots. They called that news conference on January 6, 2020 to say, we will not allow it. You will not tell us. The Constitution tells us to assemble. You will not determine where we go. We're coming out. And they came out. Nobody beat them. Nobody got killed. So Boaca, now all that time you being around, you saw all of these things. Why didn't you allow your people to protect the people on White Tuesday, so that the people will say, yes, oh, maybe the one that happened at the Capitol, it was just by error, and Boaca has done something significant. The police did not beat on any protester. No one got hurt. No one got killed. And the government truly is showing that sign of a democratic government. But nothing like that. Nothing like that. You stop the people from protesting today. And protest is simply expressing one's opinion. How can you suppress an opinion that is natural and it has constitutional and democratic backing? Doesn't Boaka express his opinion? Doesn't Boaka protest? Boaka protest. And those of you who are dull enough, you're setting the people using you. Who told you that protest means violence? Protest means to express your opinion, your idea. You can do it by just talking, or you can write it down. Everybody everywhere in this country, all over the world, they're expressing their opinion. When you sit down in group, you and your friend are talking, you are expressing your opinion. You are protesting. When you agree or disagree, or you sending forth your idea, that protestation. The man and woman in the house, when a woman say, I disagree with the one should not be desert. The woman is protesting. When a man say, oh, okay, I think we need to do it this way. This is how we ought to do it. That's protestation right there. It is the same as the word criticism or critique. Protest, it simply means to state your opinion. It can either be for or against, but it is a right that you express. That's all. Nothing there again. That's what protest means. But because the people feel that you are not enlightened, and you don't want to be enlightened, so they feed on your susceptibility and vulnerability, and they use you by coming out with a statement like this. They want to protest to cause instability in this country. We just from war. And when they get outside to protest, they want to cause confusion. So you sitting down there now, because you know what protest is. Yeah, you get your little business or your little store, you get scared. They're using you. They are the ones who are enjoying. So because they're enjoying, they don't want anybody to express their opinion on how they are enjoying against or at the detriment of you. So they'll make you to feel that it's certain people against you, and they are the ones who love you. So you should not agree with those people who say they want protest. So when you hear the word protest now, then you're thinking about war, violence. That's how they use you. But the word does not mean violent in any way. Every day right now, as you're talking with your friends, whatever way, whichever way you're doing it, that's protestation. It means to come from in out. So the law say, you think the people who wrote the law, they didn't know the meaning of protest? So they said that the people have the right to assemble, to petition their government. What petition is? Petition is a protest. They said this is what we have. That is why when they assemble, then you have somebody, or you have 2 or 3 persons who will come. If that protest is a written one, they will come and receive it. That's when you can hear the person say, "We thank you. We'll receive your protest, or we'll receive your document. We'll turn it over to the authority when the person is in, or we're going to discuss it." That's what it is. When you go, you in school. When in school, the teacher say, those of you who are in university, other colleges, the teacher say, critique this passage, or passage 1, 2, 3. He's telling you to give your critique, to share your opinion. It's another form of protestation. At the close of the day, you will give your opinion on it. That's what it is. But because the people feel that you're low mentally and you want to increase your mental, So they who are up now, they use you. That's what's happening every now and then. Never ever take protest to be violent. Protest means your position. State your position. It can be for, it can be against, but that's what you have. You coming from in, out. So the Lord say, the people who wrote the Constitution, they know that very well. They say the people have the right. And nobody should stop the people from protesting. If you do that, then it is not a democratic government. It is not a democratic country. Then it is junta. Then it is tyrannical. Then it is dictatorial. Then it is Nebuchadnezzar. Yeah, what it says. All persons, meaning any and every citizen. It can be one, it can be two, it can be three. But all citizens of the country, be whatever the situation, all persons at all times. The Constitution even say, sometimes they say all times. That means it's within you. It is your will. It is your right to determine at all times. Then they say this is how you must do it, in an orderly and peaceable manner. That's what the law said. So the people today, they say non-violent. Non-violent. Nobody going there with anything funny. That's why the protesters said, the organizers of the protesters, nobody carry bag, nobody carry bottle, nobody carry can, nobody carry anything. You just put your money in your jeans trouser to have food. If you need water, if you need food to eat, you put your money in your pocket. You go with your t-shirt on and your jeans trouser. Don't carry anything. The reason for that, which was wisdom, when the police see something like that, they will capitalize on it. Or the government will plant somebody and they will attempt to do something, and they said that the protesters, because the people having this, having that. So the people say, don't carry anything, nothing. Just pull your either 1,000 or 2,000 or 3,000, put it in your pocket, your jeans trouser, your sneaker, and your waist shirt. Wisdom. The law say assemble peacefully in an orderly manner. Were the people not order in an orderly manner today? They were in an orderly manner. Orderly manner means how you conduct yourself. That's all. Somebody, okay, we'll get to that. Hey, don't mind that thing about Seku Kalasco. That's why I said Boaga confused. The whole government in disarray. I come into that. You arrest President Weah. Now take the presidential aid from there. Arresting Seku Kalasco Damaro for expressing his right is to say that you're arresting former President Weah. We'll come to that. Leave it. That different thing. That different thing. Something else behind that thing. Something else behind it. Yahweh. So it said, in an orderly and peaceable manner, shall have the right to assemble. It's a privilege. The Lord did not say privilege. Opportunity. Choice. No, the law said right. There is a difference between right, choice, opportunity, privilege, option. Right supersedes all of those things. Right supersedes choice, privilege, opportunity, option. Right means a command. Right is a command. You are commanded to do. That's what right is. R-I-G-H-T. It's a command. Shall have the right to assemble, to consult upon the common good. And this is the call to instruct. What instruction is? To tell, to make known, to say, to reveal, to unfold, to present. That's what instruct is. When the teacher goes to the class, the professor goes to the class, he goes to do what? To instruct, to make known, to reveal to the students, to lead out what he or she has, so that the people who are there, they receive it. So it's another form of petition. When you are instructing, you are protesting. It said to instruct their representatives, to unveil to them, to tell them, to make known their intent, to instruct their representatives, to petition the government or other functionaries of government, one or several functionaries of government. It's what? The legislature, the protesters, the Liberian protesters, democratic protesters, constitutional protesters, they did not say we're going to the president's office, we're directing our protests at the president's office. They did not say we're directing our protests at the judiciary, the chief justice office. Said the legislature. So whether Bwaka was going there or not, it was a coincidence. Did the government, did the office announce that he will be going? The people did not. The people announced yes, ahead of Bwaka. So let's take it as a coincidence. Even if it was a coincidence, you will use your discretion as police and not to beat on them again, tear gas them. And you expect the international community to say, yes, Bwaka is right. The Unity Party government is doing good. The people writing their situational report on Unity Party government, damning reports are coming out, and we'll talk about it over and over. You're saying that every day you're blundering. Bwaka sitting down there, the people messing him up, and he thinks that he is a good president. He is a democratic president. When the people messing him up, because the majority of the people he has around him, they know about governance. They have not experienced it before. It is the first time you take Samuel Kofi Woods, who have never had a security background, to be security advisor. Just take all of the people, all of his kinsmen. When I say kinsman, it also means long-time friend. It's not only tribal. Yeah. So the law says you're a symbol. You do what is right in a peaceful and orderly manner. The people did not show any sign, nothing, no sign of stirring up confusion. They went and lied. They just put that thing together. Their propaganda started spreading it. The civilians attacked the police. Why would they attack? Why you give that kind of diabolical lie? Those of you writing that thing, you'll get $5-10 from the police, or from the government side. But how will it help you? When you're so excited about these things, at the end of the day, you see that a victim is either your sister or your brother. You have to be careful. You don't get excited over violence. What's the guy? What's the other guy? Let me show you another one. Then we'll go to the next thing. Please, I hope you're playing your cash giveaway. They say the police were being stoned. Lie. Lie. The police were being stoned, and the police, the protesters were trying to violently enter the Capitol building. Lie. What you a part of lie? You think the post stupid? You think that you are alone on F? You think that you're alone on Liberia, the other people not seeing? Just as you're putting up these lies, that just how other people are seeing it, and they're sending it out to the international world. Thank God we're in a world of technology. Every little thing goes out. No matter how you try to suppress it, it can never be suppressed, because you are not the only person. You are not the only Unity Party person on the earth in Liberia. If you are the only person, fine. But interestingly, you are not the only person. Let me show you something. Let me show you. Wicked people, evil incarnate. You see here that today's senior JMB police. You see here They beat the people. These are the people they say, you're seeing it real good. You see, how the guy, they beat the guys. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cuts on the head. You seen it? You see how terrible is it? How bad? Look at them. They beat the guys today. They beat them real good. Because they don't want to admit that the police again ran into an error. They tried to twist it. How you will be that evil? How you will be that satanic? Talking about the people were stoning at the police. So if they were stoning at the police have shields. You know why the police use that thing? The police have shields to protect their faces. It's to protect their chest. It's to protect everything downward. Where did they take stones from? Because where they were, the protest in front of the legislature, no rocks over there. You say how people know how to lie? That place is not a rocky area. It's not a place filled with rocks. That the people would take rocks and begin to chunk the police or stone the police. No rock over there. All of us know that place. The people did not go with bags. They did not go with anything. So where did they take rocks from that you will insinuate that the people stoned the police and they attempted in a violent manner to enter the capital? When they say peaceful, the people assemble peacefully. Why would they force themselves into their own place that they elected their representatives for? They can do that. So it's a lie. That lie will not go down. You sit down. They coming out. The people documenting. Documenting. And you say your junks. You'll be lying. Then what did they do again? Y'all give me late time. That one issue we're discussing today. Don't worry. They released a statement. Let us continue playing the cash giveaway. We'll start doing the draws very shortly. Don't worry. But let me go to their statement. They released a statement. The government released a statement. The police, the government is being condemned. They're receiving many condemnations, then they think they're receiving praise. Nobody praising them. They're only praising themselves. They're making themselves to feel that what they did today was right. But you got 99.9% condemnation against the government. Another blunder again. Another blunder. Boaka, sit down over there. Don't speak to your people. Sit down before you can realize that you will be begging. Yeah, what they released today. They said, yes, that today. The government of Liberia says no live bullets were fired during the protest staged by some Liberians around the Capitol building. What do you call them, Sombo? You call them majority. One person is a Liberian. So that your so-called description in holding water, it doesn't make sense. It only shows the fool and ineptitude of you people who are writing. You think when you say some, then some doesn't show anything of a description, or you want to be descriptive or a magnitude. No. It only tells you that you don't know how to do a public writing. Say a few Liberians around the Capitol building on Tuesday, as reported by some media entities. Oh, you call them media entities? So what happened now? You don't get people to do an independent investigation on behalf of the government? There, what is it again? What Jeremiah Pia said? He said, as far as the government is aware, and based on briefings from the Joint Security, law enforcement forces employ only non-lethal force to disperse protesters. Non-lethal force, you explain that non-lethal force. Protesters who were blocking free flow of vehicular traffic movement, that lie. Not heeding police instructions on the Capitol bypass. So is that why you will beat them? Let's assume for the argument's sake that they were blocking free flow of traffic, as you all say. So you don't have ability, you don't have the power, you don't have any will to release the traffic. How is it possible you expect people to believe that these people who have never ever shown from the one any violent posture and will tell their people to assemble peacefully, not getting on the road, will go in black? Can you as government show a scene? You see the difference between a white man and a black man? You see how the white man, especially Unity Party government, people so dull, junks. You convince your hearers and readers by attaching pictorials to your write out. So when the people see it, like CDC time, Costa in America, then he said the people should block the road. They should put tires all on the road. The people took photos of all of the things, the photographs them. So when they were writing their report, they put it inside. They put it in there. So the international community saw it. Oral expression is not more convincing as when you can attach or when you can be graphic. He said to people, whoever, no sin, we have never seen any sin. No one media institution, no online media institution show any footage of the protesters blocking traffic. That is a blatant lie. We never saw it from this morning till now. You see, they don't want to take the responsibility that they blunder. So they're looking for excuse or using excuses. And listen, let me tell you, look, it's bad in life. It's bad. Ellen Sally will go down in history. She had her own problem during her reign. But listen, along the way, you know what she did? When she realized that the government blundered, uncertainty, she will say and she will apologize. We saw it too with Weah. It doesn't say you are not a leader. It doesn't take away anything from your government. It only tells the people, yes, you admitted that indeed this wasn't right. And you're going to correct the situation going forward. That's all. To say the people blocked traffic and they were not heeding police instruction. So what was to say that is to say the people, it was a multitude and they overwhelmed the police. To say the people blocked traffic, they obstructed free flow and they were not heeding to the police. Then it means it was a multitude or multitudes, because when multitudes get out, they cover the entire place, no space. But that wasn't the case. You have few people. What were they saying? What were United Party people saying? Oh, and they said they get a number. Just few people outside here, the protest failed. So how can few block traffic? How can few refuse to listen to police? They not heed police instruction. Amen. You're a man. You're a It doesn't take anything from the government. Just admit that the police did not move in right. You can't write this thing of a trash call release or clarity on capital bypass mean rule around the seat of the legislature. Why the government fully respects the rights of citizens to protest, such action must be exercised without violating the rights of the law. But did you respect that? Did you allow it? You didn't. So you have no respect. To respect means to allow to do. Oh, come on, man. You're in English giving you a hard time. Then he concluded, Jeremiah Pierre, he said, responsibly within its power, responsibly within the government responsible, responsibly within its power, the government assures it will protect the peace, lives, and properties of citizens and residents alike, and calls on the public to go about their normal business. They can play here. So you respect the rights of people. You will protect So that protection, yeah, the government protection. I think Jeremiah P. saying, yeah, that's how the government can protect. Amen. yeah, Jeremiah P. Yeah. So this is how the government can protect its citizen. This is the kind of protection Jeremiah talking about. And you see it? When they finish brutalizing, beating, when they have blooded their own citizens, then they come up because they have the power, they have the authority, they have the guns, they have the batons, they have everything to suppress. Then they come to red flimsy stuff and say, we're protecting. Yeah, that's a protection, yeah. At least this is what the United Party government consider protection. This is what Jeremiah Pia calls protection. Yeah, you will protect citizens like this. Nonsense. The poor look at elderly woman and all. Elderly woman. Yeah. Elderly woman. Start treating the woman had to go off. Police ain't get time. They won't know. Too pathetic, man. All right. That will be doing it. So let's continue playing the cash giveaway. Today we are giving out 3,000 Liberian dollars. Play with 100 Liberian dollars or 70 cents. Dial star 799 star 24 hatch and get your 3,000. Get your 3,000. Get your 3,000. Play as many times as you can play, and you'll win. Let's draw our first winner, then we can get to the next issue. The people, they make fun of themselves. So Baga just put himself in an embarrassing position. You look at Sekou Kalasko Damaro and arrested him. Say, I don't know what kind of charge the boy he said. You just take somebody from the street. They both have the right to protest. Then you arrest a man. You say you arrest because I think I arrest there. You know what constitutes arrest? You know what constitutes arrest? You know when a police officer arrives at arrest, you know what I mean? We who not security people, we know more than you because we're reading, we're asking, we're seeing. We who not security people, we know the thing more than you. You know when you can arrive at arrest? But in Liberia, everything that arrest, everything, no reason why. The only thing the police know, the only thing in the vocabulary that arrest. You know, at that academy, when you go there, that only arrest. You know when you arrive at arrest? Wow. You're taking for a joke. I'll bring my security man, so you would teach you. You can't arrest. To arrest Sekou Kalasko, they took Sekou Kalasko. I'm not using that word arrest. They hijacked forcibly. They chunked the man in a pickup. All of them knew. But the thing they want, draw we are will not get inside. They try to draw we are into this thing. This thing here is a plan. They know what they're doing from that security standpoint. They know. But we are will not come inside. We are too mature for you. They did it intentionally. They think that, in no time we will say this, we will say that, then the government will capitalize on it now. Then they release another statement. Former president, we are say that, former president. But Allah, when you're tired, you will release Kalasko. Kalasko will speak for himself. We are not come in. That whole thing that you're playing, it will not work. Yeah. You're not smart. That Kalasko you're going to arrest. All the people. So those people you say you're arrested now. What kind of charge you're bringing against them or you're brought against them? To just go keep them to police headquarters? So that the achievement there? Let's call our first winner. We'll come into that thing. You ain't ready yet. Let's go our first winner. You ain't ready. Man, you're lying. Say the black traffic, they, they refuse to heed police instruction. Nonsense. Let's continue to play as we draw our first winner. Let's go. We're going to call 3 times. 3 times, no response, no answer, and then we move on.
Yellow valued subscriber, please be informed that the number you're calling has not answered. Please.
Yeah. So let's go again. Let's go for the second time.
Couldn't be enough.
Hello.
Yeah.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, how are you?
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm Sam Andrews calling from Kings 88.5. What is your name?
John S. Wallace.
John S. Waterspoon.
Yeah.
Did you play the King's Cash giveaway?
Yes, sir.
When did you play?
I played today.
How did you play?
Star 799 star 24 hash.
All right.
Yeah, I plug it in the US dollar and Liberian dollar and play Liberian dollar.
All right, Mr. Waterspoon, congratulations. You won for yourself 3,000 Liberian dollars. Please
And
check your account.
Guess what?
Mm-hmm.
I won yesterday.
Oh, okay. All right. You won yesterday. Okay, I think I can remember the last name, Waterspoon.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Congratulations.
Thank you.
So yeah, check your
Thank
account.
you.
Your money is there.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Let's continue to play as many times as we can play. You will win, get money for the season, settle some real bills for the season or before the day itself can set in. As many times as we can play, as many times you will win for yourself 3,000 Liberian dollars. You win a rear on Real Talk on Kings 88.5 with me, Sam Andrews. Very interesting. Very interesting. Pierre, you damage your carrier. That ministry of information you took, you should have told the people you want to go somewhere else. Oh. It really messing you up. Yeah. Really messing you up. Really messing you up. Really messing you up. All right, let's draw our second winner. Then we go to the line. Yeah. Sorry, please. Let's give the people money. Hello?
Hello?
Yes. I'm Sam Andrews, man. I'm calling you from Kings 88.5. What is your name and where you are?
I'm Frederick DK Topa.
Frederick DK?
Yeah.
Frederick DK Topa. Freddie, did you play the King's Cash giveaway?
Yes.
When did you play and how?
I just played just now.
How did he play?
I played star 7.
Mm-hmm.
I press 2, and then I enter in my pin.
Okay.
I played 4 times.
Oh, that's good. Yes, that's good of you. Okay, congratulations. You've won 3,000 Liberian dollars.
Thank you.
Yeah, please check your account. Your money is there.
Okay, thank you very much.
Okay. So let's continue to play as we play as many times we can. We're going to win. You just can't tell. Let's do it. Yeah. You just can't tell. Let's play as many times. Okay. So they say they arrested. That's what they say. They say they arrested Carrasco. And then they carried the man to the headquarters of the Liberia National Police. They say they're sending them to court. They're sending Carrasco and others to court. Here you go. When you get naughty, when you shame, and you know how to take the shame away, that's what can happen. So what kind of charge now? What kind of charge you put on the people? Hey, man, what kind of president we get so? Waka really in touch of this country? Waka in touch with the things of this country? I don't think so. If Waka is in touch, if he's proactive, these things will not be happening. What kind of charge you sending the people to court? So what are you going to tell the judge? Because you got to go to court, you got to take the people to court with prima facie evidence. One weighted enough to constitute a hearing. Anyway, let me leave it. The lawyer AB will give a tutorial on that. But that's what they've decided. I mean, leave that one. AB will deal with it. That the lawyer, he know how to handle those kinds of issues. Let's go to the line. Sorry, I'm going into your time. Sorry. Let's go. Hello.
Yeah, good afternoon, bro. Andrew.
Yes, good afternoon. Let's hear you.
Yeah, this is Sabu Rasta joining you from 4.4 to be precise in Zimbabwe. Bro, Andrew, the people, the police are shameless people. Can you imagine, bro, Andrew? We want to put them find ourselves in, so, bro, Andrew. We the protestors, we went there peacefully to petition our lawmaker because Article 17 gave us the right. They said we shall protest. They will not satisfy. But can you imagine people Andrew today who are peaceful? Then the police started launching tear gas. As I'm speaking to you right now, people Andrew, my back. Right now, not small pain in my body. I just used my security tactic. I managed to escape from the Baga police. I see Baga plunging the country into a chaos. The chaos, the country, Baga not have the country. They forget about the country, bro, St. Andrew. Because what we see now, I'm looking at a charter in power. So, thank you for the opportunity of following me.
Thank you too. Have a nice day. Hello.
How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm fine. Let's hear you. Your name and where you call from.
Yeah, Mr. Andrew, this is David King, and I do join you for my president this afternoon. You know, Mr. Andrew, you don't take the Pierre serious. Pierre was the same person having a press conference talking about the Kinjo situation where he lied and said only one person was shot at that Kinjo situation. Lately, we got to know that it was 5 persons that were killed in that protest at Kinjo. So today, what do you expect from a pathological liar like Jolime Pierre, who only means he has to survive is to come to government to survive? Jolime Pierre is not a serious person. What can you say is not a serious man? So he take a lot of jokers, all right? He take a lot of jokers to work with him to spoil our country and make our country the way it is today. And everybody, the international community, they are seeing what Waka has turned the country to do. Liberia now is a lawless country on a Waka. Waka himself don't believe in the rule of law.
Thank you,
Chief. A police state.
Hello.
Hello.
You are on the air. What is your name and where you call from?
Thank you, how are you, sir?
I'm great.
Yeah, thank you. Joseph Emmanuel Richardson, and I joined the conversation from around Congo town. Look, what happened today, they were just unfortunate, you know, to see the Liberia National Police behaving like a real rebel group. Look, you know, it just brought shame to me because no matter the situation, we are Liberian.
to see a serial, I would claim to be a serial people, to see police officers behaving like we are armed robbers. Today, they brought tears to me. We were very peaceful, and to see Kwekwe police, and, picking on protesters.
Okay, thank you.
When you were whipped.
Thank you. Hello. Hello. Okay, let me show you this. I think is it the Calasco? They say they're taking Calasco to Central Prison. Those of you, is it? Calasco in the car with the police officers at the back. They say they're taking him to Central Prison. So what's the crime now? Where did they go to the court? If they went to the court, what's the charge? Why you know when you carry people to Central when you carry people to South Beach? Yeah, is it?
Hello?
And you see the police officers at the back, they say that what they say, that what they must say, they carrying Sekou Calasco Damaro to Central, not Central, but how they call the place, South Beach. Listen, the guys offer different things. What Boaka want, it will not happen. The whole that Boaka want to dig for certain people or where it will not happen. It will not happen. Just as they hold the dog for Joseph, he jump over it. The same way we will jump over this one. That's the same way. Your hold on. We are far better than Boaka.
His Excellency, George Weah, President of Liberia. Our board noted that His Excellency's victory as the African Political Leader of the Year 2023 is a testament to his contributions to promoting peace, African culture and development, youth and sports development, and advancing Africa's agenda globally. It is also a recognition of his critical role in the infrastructural and socio-economic development of his country as well as his people-friendly policies. He has continued to advocate for peace and free and fair elections in the ECOWAS sub-region, and this was demonstrated by a show of statesmanship and iconic posturing by accepting electoral loss and congratulating the winner. While he arguably had options as a sitting president, he chose the path of honor, peace, and the defense of democracy. His emergence reaffirms our position that he has remained one of the continent's leading light, as he had continued to demonstrate great faith in the African project, promoting African dignity and helping to change the negative narratives about the continent.
Thank you, Papa. Hello. Hello.
Hello?
Yeah.
Hello?
You are on the air, Chief.
Yeah, hello, Andrew. My name is Dadison Carrie Janet, and I do join you from the Petition Committee on the Bushel Island. Mr. Thank you today for your platform. We're also starting to see the police, they will be in the front of manner. Today, they are so starting that protesters take off the time to go at the capital building and say, listen to love maker. I'm not citizen. Then you see police shooting live bullets. Today, I'm on the ground. They got
the boss said, Jeremiah Pia said, the information minister said aloud, the police never released live bullets.
The car was shot today. It's about God today. That's in our testament. And it doesn't even stop that. It's all until we are done stuff. This is how the people seriously. But I said to that, we cannot put them in the country again. Stanley can rescue us. And the rescue can be in the country. But thank God, so all Baptist people, the Baptist people are speaking. The cancer people, they are not speaking. The Muslim people are not speaking. Nobody Everybody is speaking.
Man, leave those people, man.
Well,
They ain't ready yet.
you see everybody, talking to politicians.
Thank you. Hello.
Good evening.
Yes, your name and where you call from?
This Rubicon, and I call from Ghana this evening.
Let's hear you.
Let me appreciate you, my brother Andrew. You see, I gave a look at the entire protest today. It is a total manners for the government because they could not restrain. Their emotion was so high. They were so vendetted. They said that no one could even throw school at their door this morning to get at the Capitol building. If the protesters had made their mind to go to the Capitol building, if we never need no problem, it was just easier to allow them pass, control them. But because you have the mindset, and last time we wanted to indicate that the U.S. embassy called upon those people, the executive of the United Party, especially the leaders, they could not adhere to it because of the emotion. That's what they put on it. And the state abuse what they call them for. And today, I will just say thanks to the protesters. They have become a manner for the government. No matter how they do it, how they will defend.
Oh, yo.
Today, what they have
Yo, it is a minus to them.
That's why this country, through business, economy, was stopped and have been destroyed for many months. So you have one protest that will continue, it will affect the public for a month or two. And let me say thank you for your advocacy. God bless you and thank you. Have a better evening.
Thank you. Hello.
Good afternoon, Mr. Sam Andrew.
Good afternoon.
Peter Derricas, I'll come from another street like Ingua Johnsonville. Thank you very much for the fascinating discussion this afternoon. And today is a complete dark day and for Nabil to see that just like your mob Wakai and his police to use arm and excessive force against us today, I think it's very much regrettable on the part of this particular government that came into power to rescue. And when you look at the arrest of Ghana, they highlighted the rule of law and the freedom of and the expression. But this particular government has continuously and consistently cut down on the rule of law and that of democracy. But we are not deterred. And we tested the weight of the police today. I can't tell
Chief.
to just say from Wakai. We are not safe because these police, they are nowhere from what we saw today.
Thank you.
We really want to maintain the peace. For the police and even the military cannot stop anybody in this particular country to get anywhere. They are very much weak and they are very lazy. We have tested them.
Thank you, sir.
And we are not deterred. We say protest at any given time. Nobody will stop us. So God will come on. Get prepared. You the one that are waiting out looking for.
Okay. Thank you, Chief. So, as we close, the protest was successful. Listen, don't be dull enough. When I say don't be dull enough, don't be jitter. Don't be carried away. You will hear them say that the protest failed. You will hear them say that all kinds of things they will say they were right. Don't be carried. You must know what a protest is. The protest was successful. Don't be carried away by what you will hear them say. The protest was successful. They will tell you that the protest failed. They will tell you that they wanted to pin the government black and create chaos. They will tell you the people who organized the protest, why they were not in the forefront, why they were not in the front of it. They will tell you those people, they left their children at home. They didn't want the children to come that they expect to use as human shield. You hear all of those things. And sometimes it will play on your listen. That's what politicians are. The protest was successful. It was impactful. It touched the government. It tinted the government's character. It achieved its goal. It is simple to understand. Here is it. Protest is not bringing the whole wall of population to a given place. In Liberia, we understand protest to mean multitude. If that is your understanding, well, then you need to do a research on what protest is. Protest, as we have said repeatedly, is expressing your opinion. It can be for, it can be against, it can be an objection, it can be a grievance, it can be a approval. You're saying it or it is written. One person can protest. 2 persons can protest. 3 persons can protest. 50 persons can protest. The impact of the protest is not the multitude. Stick that in your mind. The impact of the protest is not the multitude, it's not the number. The impact of a protest is to draw the attention of the person whom you want to listen to you. In this case, why did the government respond the way they responded? If the protest failed, you know when something fails? When no attention is given to it at all. Just like you're in an area and somebody just saying something of another person and that person is not responding. And you hear people say, but who the guy talking to? Or who the lady just talking to? She using all of these words. She's just cutting all over the place. Who is she referring to? And then you hear the people say, yeah, she referring to that fellow, but the fellow doesn't have her time. And what will become of that lady when she talk and talk? She gets shame. She fades out off the stage. It means because no attention was given her. It is what they refer to as a clown. The people assemble. The government prepared. As the people were preparing, the government was preparing to counter. Because the government did not want the rest of the world to hear what they have, because they know that those things that they are doing have been cataloged by these Liberians, they develop a counter position. And you say the people fear? If the people fear the government, I'm going to get credence. The guys who the president went to sign, that what I heard, he went to sign a bill of condolence. He was afraid over there. So he hastily left the place. The guys who were on the other side of the legislature, quote unquote budget hearing people, they were in fear. And you say the protest failed? The people made a statement of intent. The protest did not fail. The protest achieved its goal. We have to understand what protest is in this country. Protest is never the multitude or multitudes. Why do they react to radio stations, talk show hosts, and guests on the show? Because they make an impact. It is a protest. When the people sit on the radio, they're talking. What do you hear government people do? They take telephone, they call to disagree. That's protestation right there. That's impact. Why do you take your telephone, you call? It's because of the impact. It's as simple to understand, people. The protest was successful. Were they foreigners? No, Liberians. Are those things that the race not happening in the country? They are happening. So what they're not to say that the protest failed? That's how, because they know that you have a legitimate claim and their counterclaim is not strong enough to outweigh yours. And they know that everything that you're saying about the government and country is true, so they will make the other people who don't have strong reasoning ability to believe that you failed. Nobody, if you hear anybody saying that the protest failed, then that person is a unity party man. Besides that, he or she does not have good reasoning. The protest never failed. The protest was successful. Every protest that was held in this country under what government, it was successful. From Ellen's time to Weir's time, and now it was successful because it drew the attention of the government. The government sat down. They made a plan to counter. If it was not significant, if it was nothing to the government, they would not have done what they did in terms of countering or nullifying. What happened? All that they're doing. Why are they doing those things? Because of the impact. Because of the movement of the people. The power of the people. What you saw today and before. That's what they call power. The government tries to neutralize and suppress that power, but it's hard. So when you hear the Constitution say, under the structure of the state, they say all power is inherent in the people. Chapter 1, the structure of the state, if you look at it in the Constitution, that's what you saw today. All power is inherent. They got the power to protest. They got the power to alter. They got the power to assemble. They got the power to change their lawmakers. They got the power to elect. They got the power not to. They are all the power unto them. All. They exhibited that power today. They exhibited it. The people were successful. The protests were successful. Don't listen, except you know what a protest is, then they were. Protest is not multitude. Protest is not a violent thing. Protest is to state your position, and they stated their position. That's what it made impact on the government, and the government tried to counter because they want to accept publicly that what these people are saying are true. Who does not know? Even the Ombocha know that Boaka disorganized the legislature. The legislature now, the family affairs. The legislature now, it's factionalized. It's going to take God to perform miracle in that legislature to reconcile it, to restore peace. Restoration is far. Who did that? In Abuaga? Tell me now. That's some people know. Hardship now in the country. Transport Ministry say they came up with price fair. What happened? Speak to drivers. They tell you they ain't going by that thing. They're doing their own thing. You don't have all those things happening. Gas price still rising. People finding it difficult. Business is not running. The economy is not actually booming. One significant investor has not come to this country. HPS man, when he came, he just made fun of Bwaka at the executive mansion. Since he left, that whole thing, where he at? Yeah, look at the Guinea situation. So tell who does not know what extra the people needed to have said. The people only catalog to say, Chief, we want you to look at it. Look at them. That's why the protest, a written protest, not only spell out the ills or the wrongs, but the next thing that you see at the bottom of that document is what they refer to as suggestions or recommendations. The protest was successful. It was. One person standing in front of the executive mansion or Capitol building or foreign affairs, whichever way, that protest right there, that impact, it will draw the attention. The international community, tell me, whether the American government did not pay attention, say, oh, Latin, the project plane. Whether the British embassy here, the EU, all of Liberia partners in this country, tell me whether they did not pay attention to what was happening from the morning all the way to the end, and they still following. Isn't that impact? What did it? It drew the people's attention. That's what it's called protest. The impact. How witty it is. And you say you're both doing organization, they won't make you, they think that you can reason. And I can blame them too. Because you're just ready to accept anything. So let's close. Let's close with this. Yeah. So we as time, it was 3 days fast and prayer. We as regime, the pastors, the bishops, the apostles, the prophets, no disrespect. But we saw it in Weir's time. Personally, that's how I am. The people who know St. Andrews, y'all ask them. That's how my father was. Injustice, like Martin Luther King said, injustice to one is injustice to all. If you did it yesterday and you felt that it was compelling for you to do it yesterday, you must do it today, though the events may not be the same, but the gravity, so it will compel you. So the 3 days fast and prayer, all of the time was only against Weir and those things that were happening. So no 3 days fast and prayer, so God finished with Liberia. What happened to all the 3 days fast and prayer? Every night and then we used to hear in Weir time, every 2-3 weeks, we need to have 3 days fast and prayer. And we're having 3 days fast and prayer for the country. So, because why you want to hear? Why you want to hear again before you can call for fast and prayer? Pastors. And pastors are intended, according to the very Bible, to pacify situation, to counsel, to advise, to direct. And that's the essence. We see the thing in the Bible. And God put people there to show us the example of how they ought to conduct themselves. So the country here, if the Liberian Council of Churches in talk, what happened with the four gospel? What happened with the Liberian Council of Churches? What happened with the other people older? Only we had time that God needed to hear 3 days fast and prayer. So Boaka time. Oh, but if you ain't having 3 days fast and prayer, then sorry to say that God in our own Boaka style. If that is your reasoning theologically, then I can tell you expressly that going on Boaka style. So you need to sit down now and think. If the 3 day fast and prayer was only in weird time, by logical reasoning, put aside all those things that you people were calling 3 days fast and prayer for, none of them existing, because we are all. So the 3 day prayer, stop. So you're not praying again. In Boaka time, in essence, you're saying that nothing happening. Everything on a smooth plateau, everything going fine. Then there where God can come in and move from behind. And I want to believe it is one of the reasons why everything about the government in its first year gone haywire, everything upside down, because God not there again. God not with this government. Why God not with? Because the very people whom he ordained as ministers of the gospel, they discriminate. Why you can talk? Why you can come out? You used to condemn Bishop Asin Winger. You used to say Bishop Asin Winger that John we are a spiritual father. He not talking. All the things that happen in the government, he not talking. He's sitting down there. John we are giving him money. You said all kinds of awful things. Some of you pastors and all. You said all kinds of awful things about against Bishop Asin Winger. Let's agree, we are not there, so he ain't talking. You're who there now? Boaka appointed your own boats. You don't may have reached to the point to start calling those boats and calling your names. Because you people were the same people every night, then bishops, then apostles, you're calling. You're going to have 3 day fast and prayer. What they call that place in Louisiana that how they call Bishop Oliver Pine, he has. Every night, then you're going there. You say you're having 3 day fast and prayer. When you hear something small in we are government, then you call bishops, apostle, prophet. Then you call 3 day fast and prayer. Why you're not doing that from January all the way to this time? Catalog the things, put all the things together that are happening and put it before God and tell you whether God will say, yeah, this thing and not anything that petty thing. So I get that. Put it before him. Why you're not praying today? Why you're not calling 3 days fast and prayer? Because you're getting 5,000 bishops, 4 different bishops in this country, 4 different bishops. They're on board. FPRC, NPA, what the other place? NASCO, NTA. They're on several boards. They were the same people who were putting mouth on Bishop Ali Clay. When President Weah appointed Ali Clay as acting head of the airport authority, these same bishops and apostles, they had all kinds of damning things to say. Because Weah was not their preference. Then they brought the argument, oh, pastors should not take political position, men of God should not get in the position, you should stay on and preach the word of God. Because they were not there. Now Bwaka comes to power. Why Bwaka appointed those bishops then that Bwaka appointed? They were not appointed in Weah government, they were not working in Weah government, they were outside. Why were they calling for 3-day fast and prayer? Because they did not like Weah. Weah was not a preferred choice. So they were calling for 3 days fast and prayer every night and day. Bwaka comes to power, Bwaka is the preferred choice. No 3-day fast and prayer again. Bwaka started the third batch of appointments. We saw pastors in there, bishops, apostles. They're sitting down, they're getting 3,500, 5,000. Why are they not talking? They are men of God. All of us are Christians. The Bible says you should speak against the injustices. You should come out and say, the very Jesus Christ, who is our model, our model of leadership style. What did he do? He spoke against injustices. He condemned. He went against. He voiced his opinion against certain things. He spoke against the injustices of his day. So what you can do today? No, you can't, because you're receiving 5,000 US. You're receiving 4,500 US. What a shame. What a disgrace. I see you, man. I see you. We're back tomorrow, if God permits. Thank you ever so much. The news is on at 6. At 8 o'clock, AB is on. We'll face the issues. You're going to have a full in-depth analysis of the events, especially the situation with Sekou Kalasko Damaro. Thank you ever so much. They try to draw Weah inside, but Weah will not get there. You will hear more tonight. My name is Anrews. Shalom. This is how we go home.
His Excellency, George Weah, President of Liberia. Our board noted that His Excellency's victory as the African political